Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your December reading. This is Marianne from Marianne's Mystic Mentions once again. Don't mind me, we are legitimately in a Mercury retrograde and I had a little bit of trouble starting this video, but alas, I am going to persevere. And I'm actually doing this reading for you prior to going into work because I wanted to make sure I allow time for any kind of mishaps or technical difficulties that tend to crop up with these Mercury retrogrades. Nothing we can't handle though, right, Scorpio? So I always have this conversation with the sign that I'm going to be reading for that day. And my conversation and the tuning in I did for you, Scorpio, really ended up being about how I was feeling your, I would say, acceptance and calmness right now. I feel that it has a lot to do with the energy changes that have happened. It happens naturally around this time of year. When we start losing the light and there's more dark, there's a waning of our energy, it just kind of makes us believe that, oh, it must be time to rest now and get on the couch even sooner if that's what you do. I know I do, unfortunately. But I do put in a day's work, and I know many, many Scorpios who are very hard workers. So that's no judgment there whatsoever. Forgive the noise that I'm hearing, which is the heater. It comes on its own. It's been a little brisk, but it's gorgeous today. Today is the day before Thanksgiving, and those that celebrate, I hope you have an amazing, beautiful time at Thanksgiving. But going back to your energy, it's felt really accepting. It feels like, you have just had your solar return and birthday seasons. And so it always adds a bit of, what am I trying to say? It's when you want to kind of be more internalized, which is perfect for retrogrades. They're exactly for that reason, to really review things and renew things and revisit things and relax and, I don't know, reminisce. All those wonderful REs that have to do with Mercury retrograde. You don't need to push forward at this time. So if you are feeling less energetic, it's perfect. And also we have, of course, the shadow period of Mars, your ruling planet, Scorpio, that will be going retrograde on the 6th of December. So those two combined, if you don't have a change in energy, I don't know what you're doing, but congratulations. It's not that you don't have energy. I don't mean to imply that, but there's a definite feeling. Let me know if you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth or bring on, a self-made prophecy, but that's what I was tuning into. And then there's also this recognition I felt of how you have been very aware, which you certainly are as a water sign. You're very in tune. You have great depth to you. You represent the 8th house. This is birth, death, renewal, transformation. You are one of the most transformative signs in the zodiac. And you dig deep. You go within. You're intense. You're a fixed sign. You don't want to do anything halfway. You're extremely passionate. The 8th house is sex. It's love. It's disease. It's all these combination of things, good and bad and right and wrong and all, if there is such a thing, I know you understand where I'm coming from with that, but just only to reveal truth and a deeper understanding. And that's something you're very, very capable of. So those feelings came very strongly for me. I feel there's an outer influence that's happening more than usual. I'm not saying you're affected by it per se. I know you know what your boundaries are. I appreciate and respect you for that because you have strength in knowing to stand strong and stick with your convictions. There's that Mars part, you're a fighter, a warrior. That's what all red for you, Scorpio. But also the loyalty that you have is unparalleled, and you have a desire to help, to be good and to be the best and to be truthful. If you've been betrayed, it's hard for you to overcome sometimes. Not inferring that there's any of that happening, but it certainly has probably at some point in your life with all of us, right? There's notable differences in things in your outer world, like I was saying, going back to that. So could be family, could be children leaving to college, could be discussing having children, could be your children having children. This is all relative to your, where you are in your life at this time. So that's important. Work relations maybe changing, new ideas coming through. There's a beautiful new moon in Sagittarius, and we're in Sagittarius season right now, a fire energy, right? The fire that no matter how much the energies may have waned or, or slowing down a bit, there's still this ignited, beautiful spirited energy when we're in Sagittarius season, one of my favorites. And it's optimism, and it's Jupiter ruled. So that's definitely part of the mix too. So it's yin and yang, right? It's kind of a balance. And the moon has been in Libra up until it turns into your sign, or goes into your sign, on around 7:21 Pacific time tonight. So you've been recognizing relationships a little more because Libra is very predominantly known for that. We had the Aries Libra eclipses still showing us information, still affecting our relationships in some way or another, and that's relative to you. It's individual. This is a general reading. But speaking of the reading, let's get on to that, shall we? I do like to, if you're new, welcome. I greatly appreciate you stopping in and checking my channel out. I'm a intuitive, psychic, and incredible, enthusiastic spirit that loves investigating and looking into the world of the unseen, the mystical, the senses that are beyond the senses. And I have 3 planets, if I didn't say so already, in Scorpio. So I am very much about wanting to dig deep into the taboo topics that are all so much a part of our lives, but they're exciting and they're exhilarating, and it's just another aspect of the world at large, where there's so much to learn and to know about. So what I start with, though, is I do start with the chakra check, and Spirit will just have me put this under the table and just kind of shuffle it up. There are 8 chakras in total, and they are the energy centers within our body that help us to stay our strongest, our most heartfelt, using our gifts of intuition and psychic ability, and our crown for the downloads that come through, and the root chakra and the sacral and the solar plexus, all just, when in alignment, are what makes us the whole best spiritual and physical beings that we can be on this planet in this lifetime, right? So Spirit likes to have me pick one. It doesn't mean anything's wrong. It might be an emphasis on things going really right in this particular chakra, or just a way to recognize the saying on it and what it actually means for you. If you've not ever heard of a chakra, they're there, okay? We're all energy, and this is essential that we stay in alignment. So for you, beautiful Scorpios, for the month of December, we have, look at that. I was shuffling quite a bit. This is your base chakra, your root chakra. There's the red again. This is your incredible, well, let me read as well. But just knowing from many years of loving and understanding the chakras, this is everything. This is the foundation of your being. This is your connectedness to the ground and to earth, to Mother Earth, to your stability and your comforts and all the tangible things, right? And the first chakra, it's considered the first. It works from the bottom up. And it says, the presence of Spirit is solidly rooted in my body. I have the right to be here, and my life is abundant with love, comfort, and vitality. As I said, I love this as being a mantra, and you can take a little snapshot. I don't know if it's blurry or not. I kind of see it. What beautiful words to help open and energize that chakra, which they're all important, but I would say that's one of the most important, is our foundation. And it's also in the reading that I do with the Celtic cross. So I love the synchronicity here. You know, the red, the fire, the ambition. You are definitely, you're a force. You are definitely a force, Scorpio. So then I go on to mention the crystal that correlates with the colors, but also the energies that these particular crystals can help us and do for us. Now, this is from yesterday's reading. It's a beautiful throat chakra crystal, but this gift that I got that I've been sharing for the last couple months and will probably utilize for a while. I don't know, but I'm in love with it. So it helps to infuse the reading as well. We then have the crystal, which is, and I'll explain it to you and read it to you as well. And that is, like I said, for the base root chakra, the first one. And that is the grounded, healthy, and strong energy. The red jasper can create that and help to initiate that in you. If you ever want to carry that with you, I carry crystals at all times. They all have beneficial, energy aspects to them. And basically the words and the mantra to this red jasper is, I'm healthy, strong, and stable. I love it. And I know so many Scorpios that are exactly that. Always wanting to, improve, always, they're going to be the best at what they do. They're not quitters, and they will definitely work hard towards anything, relationships, work, establishing friendships. The list goes on. Now, we are going to do the Celtic Cross this month of December, and I will probably do that more often than not. I do change the layouts every month, and I will also be ending with an angel card today because our angels are very, very vital and important in our lives. So the message at the end will be to help culminate the reading. And it's been some pretty beautiful readings, I must say, for December. And I felt that from the moment December started. So I'm excited for that. And so let's get going. I have definitely shuffled the cards. I've blessed them, and I've asked for clear and concise messages for the highest good of everybody involved. And so I will speak of each position and what it means and represents, and then we'll see what the messages are. And when they come in from my intuition or any guidance from my spirit guides, I will definitely mention those. And so, the very first card will represent your overall energy. This is basically exactly what it says. It's in relation to the card reading in general, but the main focus, I guess, and the energy brought to this reading. And for you, beautiful Scorpios, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. I like to incorporate Mercury. Mercury being, yes, in retrograde, but our mind and the movement, and the conversations we have, how we connect with people. You have the Five of Cups. So this is interesting. This is the water element. This is you. Now you're coming into it with hopefully the energy of knowing that, yes, there have been some changes. There have been some losses. This time tends to bring that up. The holidays are wonderful. It's great to be around the people we love. And yet, as I've mentioned in pretty much every reading, as I can fully relate to, we have loved ones that are no longer there to share with us. And this is what I'm feeling because of your depth and your incredible emotional aspect as a water sign. You're able to carry on. You're able to heal. You probably have healed from a lot of it, and some may be newer. I don't know. I just know that, you're able to carry on. You're able to continue with life, but there's always going to be that memory. And that's the thing about a human condition, right? We have this mind that's like a computer, and it has all these files, and it's like, I wish so many times, please don't let me remember that, please. And yet I have to be careful because I want my memory capacity to last for as long as I live. And so, being careful of what we ask for is always essential. But that's what I'm getting from this. Remembering that you always have the two cups standing up behind you, always something to be grateful for. And I'm not saying you're not at all. I'm just saying this is kind of reminding you that you have the strength to get through the pain and the suffering that you have. And it will happen throughout our lifetimes. And this is I'm, preaching to the choir, but basically just knowing that you're in your feelings about these things right now, but that's okay. You're going to enjoy yourself, and you're going to, look to the present and future. And there's a lot to be seen, and that's what will be uncovered in the reading as well. So that's the overall energy. The crossing energy is going to be your blessings or blocks. And you have the 10 of Cups. I love that so much. I think it's only come up one other time, Scorpio, and I love it because everybody deserves this. You've seen the best and the worst of things in your life, and you are always focusing on this. The ultimate, the 10, the news cycle, the happy family, the happy children, having children, healthy. Your cups are filled. Your creative juices are flowing, and you're just so excited. Now, we had the first eclipse showing us of what's coming up in 2025, and that was the partial lunar eclipse on, I believe, the 17th of September in Pisces, your fellow water sign. Pisces is all about dreams, and Neptune's in the sign of Pisces, not for too much longer. That completely changes by, 2026? And it goes into Aries, but that's a Mars influence, and that's great for you too. So I can see so many beautiful things coming your way, and that you've worked hard for, but that you've never, ever given up hope for. So this is a blessing, an absolute blessing. Be prepared for your dreams and your wishes and your manifestations coming through. I know you have this happen on a regular basis. You have that gift. And I'm happy to see that it's showing through in your reading right now, in your energies. So then we have the foundation. I mentioned I'd come back to that. Foundation is super important. It's your base chakra, but it's also your life, your home. Are you feeling comfortable? Are you receiving enough emotional stability there? Are you receiving enough financial? Are you feeling like you're utilizing your creativity to the best of your abilities? It's there, and the energies are showing that it wants to be revealed. So you have Judgment. Well, that's a major arcana. So basically, in a nutshell, Judgment is something that's already taken place. It's very karmic. This in relation to this, blessing or blocks card in the 10, it's like it appears to me you are rising from, once again, that transformation you do, rising above the phoenix, rising from the ashes. That's your claim to fame as a Scorpio. And you are just willing and ready to start new, start fresh. I don't know what that means in your particular situation, but trust me when I tell you, across the board, as a collective, this is huge power going forward. And I say for the better. I say, look at the best, think the best, and that's what we create as a whole consciousness, right? I can sit here and say, oh, well, looks like, I don't know. I don't tend to be the reader that's going to go to the darker energy side. I'm not interested in sensationalism. Yes, we have challenges. Yes, we have loss. Yes, we grieve. Yes, we feel hurt and disappointment, of course. I focus on the way that we can create the happiest parts of our life, therefore bringing that energy into us, okay? Just know that. And that's apparently what's going on. So this is already ordained, if you will. It's already been an agreement you made at some point, past lives, whatever that may be. But I love this for you, okay? And they're sounding the horns. They're like, boom, ba, ba, it is time, and it is about time. It's always about time. Now, time is bizarre because it's man-made, but you understand what I mean, divine timing. Then you go into your recent past, Scorpio. So the story unfolds here, okay? And recent past, you have the Four of Pentacles. I can relate to this I told you the placements that I have in Scorpio. I have definite ideals and plans now as to how I want to keep that balance in my life. I have made sacrifices, if you will, that I am happy to have done in order to secure my well-being and my financial freedom, if you will. These are the pentacles. This is the earth element. We had that powerful full moon, what was it, the 15th of November in Taurus, which is a very beautiful, well, it's a sign of money. So something involving your money came about. Maybe you won something. Maybe you came into some inheritance of sort. When it's an earth sign, it does have to do with the tangible things you can feel, touch, and see. Like I said, people do pass on and they do tend to leave things. Maybe you know what I'm speaking of and it's exactly resonating with you, or maybe it's something that you want to do for yourself as a legacy for your family and start socking a little bit more money away. Maybe you're planning on starting the family. We talked about this with the 10 right here. So it makes sense. Now you're holding this close to you. You're being, a little bit more protective, and you're not going to be as, I wouldn't say generous, but you're going to just be very sensible. That's the earth energy, and that'll be great. Because in the long run, and that's what the earth represents, is the long term, you'll be very, very glad that you did this. Not overdoing it, in other words, during the holiday season. Okay, so then we have the possible future, and you have the Page of Swords. So this represents the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And, there's a lot more energy coming up with the air signs. We had the eclipse in South Node in Libra for the last one happened in October, but that's still affecting us, and the information, once again, about relationships, how we communicate. Are you having difficulties making, conversations? It's going to happen a little more during retrograde of Mercury because that affects our speech. It affects it when I'm doing my readings, trust me. And saying things that I didn't mean to say, or saying the wrong things, which I hope to, retract and say, forgive me for that. I made a mistake. Because we all make mistakes. I have no problem admitting to that, for sure. And the page is the youthful aspect. This is the newness. This is a new bit of information that could be very, very important for you. It's truth, it's justice, it's intellect. It has to do with perhaps a younger, maybe a child or somebody that's youthful, that, has youthful qualities. It doesn't have to be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, but they have those qualities. Perhaps you have air in your chart, Scorpio, but something new, something kind of the green around the edges that you're wanting to pursue, you're wanting to hear more about. This is enticing to you. They are messengers. The pages are messengers, okay? Remembering not to take life too seriously and have that beautiful childlike wonder and, fun, basically enjoying yourselves, okay? And your family and friends, and going out a little bit, not going crazy, but, just enjoying that and taking advantage of the time that may slow things down, where things may change a little bit, schedules change a little bit with the retrogrades, it's just part of the deal. But it ends on December 15th and stations direct. So that's perfect, because in the holidays it keeps building, and everything that you're considering or wanting to try new with this new moon on, I mentioned the first, you can really put your intentions into focus, okay? Writing them down. So yeah, news, inspiration, definitely conversations, that are going to come to the forefront. And then we have your immediate future. And we have for you the Nine of Swords. Well, there's the air again. There's our worries. There's our concerns. What if? What if this happens? I mean, we tend to do that when we have a little extra time and we're in our heads, right? And this lets me know that perhaps you do have somebody close by. If it's not you that's maybe going through this, and as an air sign, trust me, I'm a Libra with what is it called? There's, I can't think of it right now, but I have 4 planets in Libra. So yeah, I have a lot. I'm in my mind a lot. Thank God for the water elements I have that help me feel more and go through my heart's channel, so that, hopefully the combination of both. But do I worry about things at times? Yes. Am I worrying less? Absolutely. Since I became more spiritual, and since I've been a reader and wanting to really help people to understand what we think is what becomes our lives, what we feel becomes our life. We have that power. We are manifestors every single moment of our life. So just keep this in mind. The 9 is like ending that cycle. So let that be, if it is you or it's someone near you, support them, comfort them and tell them it's passing. It's okay. Everything is honestly going to be okay. But this is something that happens. And by the way, the air element is the fastest moving in the sense that, moods are like the clouds. They come and they're gone, and there's several during a day. And you understand about moods too, by the way, as a water sign, completely. So rest assured that this is a temporary thing, and it's at the end of its cycle, okay? And the 10 starts the new. So if there was a concern about that, as it's right next to the blessings or blocks, just let that go, all right? It's going to be a lot better for you, and you don't have to go so deep and be too intense about that. So then we go on the stem of it, and that's going to be the first card that represents your basic overall perception of your life right now, and seeing it, as I say, in a peripheral view, like, not so much straight on, but like from all angles, if you will. And for you have the moon. Okay, so that's very interesting, because the moon, to me, right off the bat, people say it's elusive and it's kind of, deceptive and all this. I don't see that or feel that. I feel it's heightening our ability to have intuition and to understand by feeling. I mean, I am very affected by the cycles of the moon, which is why I like to bring up that part of the astrology, if nothing else, in my readings. And it does correlate with tarot. So we have the new and the full moon, actually, guess what? We have the new moon on the 1st in Sagittarius. Then we have a full moon. I think it's on the 23rd. It's probably the 15th, now that I think about it. When I believe it's the same day. Don't quote me. I apologize for not knowing specifically. I did yesterday, but today it's escaping me. It's going to be in Gemini, it's going to be in Aquarius, and it's going to be, I apologize. Wait a minute. Whoa, hold the phone. This is crazy. I believe the full moon is going to be in Gemini. And Gemini is an air sign as well. And Gemini has a lot of duality to it. So it's like if you could get one bit of information and then you can hear something else that's completely opposite. Okay, so there is that duality. Keep that in mind. Just know that the truth does always come out, and the full moons do have the light that will shine, the truth on a specific area. It always kind of reveals that. That's what full moons are about, really. And they're culminations, which then start the beginnings. And then we have a new moon on the 30th. I'm getting to it. Oh, I hope I'm correct about this, but forgive me if I'm not, but I believe it is the new moon that's going to be in Aquarius. And that's another air sign. So there's a lot of air. There's a lot of information, information highway. Pluto just went into Aquarius for the next 20 years. Aquarius is about rebel, kind of out of the box thinking and starting something you may not have ever thought you would even imagine or dream about doing, or with the people that you want to do it with or associate with. But you're very, very cunning. You're very, very capable of knowing and feeling out the situation. So you won't go astray. And you use your intuition, and that's going to guide you. It'll be the right choices that you make, okay? And that's how you're feeling about it. You can listen as much as you want, but you're always going to go with what you're feeling, Scorpio. And I'm excited to hear that and happy to hear that, because it will never lead you astray, your inner guidance. So then we have your environment. Wow. Okay. Yes. Absolutely beautiful. Nothing, if it is you, to be concerned about. But like I said, this is the end of the concern and the new cycle starts. But you have the Ace of Cups. That's love. That's creativity. That's fulfillment. That is the ultimate. It's the beginning, though. That's the new cycle again. So whatever was not working, or the fear that was impending or in your energy and around you, it's going away, and you worked for this. You strive for this, and you have created this. And it's a gift that you deserve. So I hope that you can utilize this, and I hope you see this right away. It could come mid-month, it could come later, but something new is going to be given to you. It could be a winning of some sort. It could certainly be a relationship that's you've been thinking about for a while. You're not really quick about, I mean, you love deeply, but I don't think you rush into love. I think you're a little bit, gun shy, and you want to make sure that, it's right, because you don't like to go from relationship to relationship. You may as a youthful person, but in general, I've always known Scorpios to be with one or two people their entire life, period, myself included. But so and I'm not a Scorpio, but I have Venus in Scorpio. So yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. And I love that for you. And it's well-deserved. And it's your element. You're in your element, okay? So I mentioned that at the beginning. There's this calmness, and you're feeling good, okay? So then you have hopes and fears. And it's the Seven of Pentacles. It makes sense. Okay, you work hard, this is the time of year when, we pay taxes and all the things come up, and you're just like, wow, okay. 7 is great. 7 is 3 away from 10. 10 of Pentacles is the ultimate, yet again, like the 10 of Cups. In all aspects of our life, but it's grounded energy. It's long-term. It's what, like I said, we can feel it's our root chakra that came up for you, ironically, right? Wondering if everything you're doing if you're overdoing something, are you completely content? We all kind of go through these things, I think, when we feel an impending change, and just really being truthful to ourselves, of course, but questioning things, and sitting with ourselves, and, really focusing on how we feel once again. So that could be a hope. It doesn't have to be a fear. Nothing to fear but fear itself, as you know how the saying goes. No one knows precisely what's going to happen, and you always have free will. These are wonderful, and I love readings. I've always loved them. I've done them for many, many years. I wanted to mention that this was my first deck I ever got when I was 32 years old, which is half a lifetime ago, and I wanted to share that in December. It just came to me, and I thought, I used to use it, of course, for readings, but it's been a while. So I had to bring it out because it has so much meaning and energy to it, and the readings have been amazing. So I hope you can relate to this too. Perhaps you are thinking of a change in your work environment, retirement, whatever it may be. Whatever you feel is the best it can be, because this is going to bring in some really beautiful fulfillment, financially and otherwise. So yeah, then we have the outcome. What is the outcome for the beautiful Scorpios of 2024 December, the last month of 24? Here we are. Oh my gosh. Ace of Wands. Oh, I honestly do have goosebumps that have just gone out my legs. That's always a very good indication that spirit is alive and well and in this reading with us. So this is another ace, which is one of them. I find them to be one of the most powerful because they do generate the newness, but they generate, this is energy personified, regardless of the retrogrades of Mars and Mercury, which isn't going to be that, Mercury, like I said, station is direct on the 15th, so it's not that much longer. Sexuality, passion, just, it's on. I don't know what it is. I don't know. This encompasses everything. I can't say as a general reading. You can always get a private reading. I'm going to be very, very diligent about getting the information. If you want to come in person, always available, because I do readings in person in the area where I work at my studio, and the link for that is below. And what you go on to the calendar, and you set up a time, and that's in person, and then you pay according that day. I take Zelle and cash and Venmo. But the other readings that'll be videotaped, I'm going to make sure that I have all of that, and that's perfect for this time, right? With the retrograde, to do all the fine tuning to start that for the new year, because I've wanted it for very, very long, and there's been a lot of delays, but we'll make it happen, okay? Keep me in mind if you're interested. This is, what a beautiful outcome. What a beautiful reading, because it has a lot to it, and there's a lot of grounded energy. There's definitely fire. There's major arcanas. Sticking with what you know best and what you feel is the best for you is always going to be the best answer, I promise. And then I'm going to finish now with your angel message, which will be to just let you know you are always guided and protected, and know that, which I know a lot of you know, when you ask for guidance and you ask for questions and answers, I should say answers, they will come. They will absolutely come. I can't say when. I've had to wait sometimes and thought, I am not being heard. I have. At this point in my life, I have full faith and trust in myself, in the ability to receive the answers I need and want. And I certainly have that for you and everybody that watches my channels. So your message in closing for the month of December, Scorpio, is romance, which makes sense with this and this. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess that's the theme for you, yes? Look at the purple around there. Yeah, well, I wish you the best in this romance, because I know how dedicated and loyal and how loving you can be, and I'm excited for you. I don't know how a life could possibly exist without love, so more power to you. And once again, thank you for taking the time to watch your reading with me. I'm going to try to start to do, I will be starting to do collectives, because I'm really excited about that. I'm thinking Sundays right now, and then I will be doing daily readings and really advancing this channel with your help and your guidance and your love and your support, liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting. I want to do what you would like. Please be nice. And yeah, I want to make this my full-time gig, as it were, when I retire from massaging in the next under 2 years now. So love and blessings to you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, beautiful holiday season, and I hope to see you back here in January. Bye for now.